Hi, I'm Austin,
I'm Alex,
and you're listening to One Last Breath, an autopsy of awful albums.
where we discuss controversial, bizarre, divisive, and downright abysmal albums.
In today's episode, we will be talking about the masterpiece, the greatest album ever written.
Greatest.
We had to bend some rules.
We
To get it on
had
the
to-
podcast.
yeah, we normally don't cover good albums, but this is an exception.
But today we are, of course, talking. I mean, you all fucking know that we're talking about "Smart Kids" by none other than McGruff, the Crime Dog.
Otherwise known as M. Gritty.
M. Gritty.
M. Gritty McGruff.
He's in the supergroup with K-Fed.
He is, yeah. Yeah.
Little known fact: K-Fed actually played McGruff, the Crime Dog.
Yeah, little known fact.
It says it right here in the script.
Yeah, that guy that sung on Playing with Fire, it was McGruff.
It was McGruff.
It was McGruff.
Was K-Fed? K-Fed had to be like 7 when McGruff came out. Like McGruff was in the 80s, right?
Yeah, 80. The year 80. So.
How old is fucking K-Fed? It doesn't matter.
I'm saying he's in his 40s.
We're already getting on tangents. But yeah, the anthropomorphic bloodhound, McGruff the Crime Dog. For those of you, I'm sure there are very few, that don't know about McGruff the Crime Dog, he was created by Jack Keel, who also voiced the character, of the advertising agency Dancer Fitzgerald Sample,
Yeah.
to raise crime awareness and personal safety.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of a weird name for an advertising agency.
Yeah, it really is. I'm assuming, like, Dancer and Fitzgerald are last names. They might all be last names.
That's what I was thinking, that they
Like
might
a
all
law
be.
office.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't really think the listeners care about the history of Dancer Fitzgerald samples.
The question is, are they smart kids?
I don't know.
I mean, they
Hopefully.
they did not say no to making McGruff.
Yeah, so they're
So
probably
not.
Oh.
Well, McGruff was created in 1979, and he debuted in 1980 with a series of public service announcements educating citizens to do things such as locking your doors and putting lights on timers to reduce crime, along with the slogan, "Take a bite out of crime."
That was pretty spot on.
He also sounds exactly
Take a
like
bite out of crime.
He's a little gruffer than what I did. Take a bite out of crime.
He kind of sounds like Mr. Krabs.
He sounds like if
Or I guess
Mr.
vice
Krabs
versa.
was trying to be the Batman.
Yeah. If Mr. Krabs smoked Newport 100s.
You're right. Mr. Krabs only smokes Newport 80s.
Newport 80s.
What are they called? Kings?
I have no idea. He smokes pyramids.
Uh,
Non-menthol.
a fun fact. McGruff never in this album specifically said I couldn't smoke.
True.
So
He also never said I couldn't do acid or mushrooms or Molly.
Yeah.
Heroin. He didn't say
He doesn't know nothing about heroin.
Which, I mean,
That
I guess,
was a little weird.
Yeah, but also heroin wasn't... I mean, the 90s kind of brought it to the mainstream with the grunge.
Yeah,
but,
the 80s was all about crack and cocaine.
yeah, and I guess... I mean, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
We have a lot of drugs to talk about.
We do.
The campaigns were successful, at least in the sense that they reached a large amount of the public, and McGruff became a highly recognized character among children and adults alike. Reception to McGruff in the ad campaign was mostly positive as well. McGruff is still being used today, with recent PSAs including awareness of combating sales of fake products online, cyberbullying, and fentanyl.
All pretty relevant.
All pretty relevant. Like, pretty good things for McGruff to not like.
Yeah, I mean, he dabs in the Fenty every now and then, but not too much.
He never said I couldn't do dabs.
True. Yeah,
At least not
wax is
explicitly.
different.
At least not explicitly. I would like to. We're actually going to get McGruff the Crime Dog, not the person who plays him. We are going to perform black magic to get the spirit of McGruff the Crime Dog to appear on the podcast. We can ask him, "Is this drug okay?
Oh, yeah,
How do you feel about Delta 9?
Delta 9. What about Kratom?
Is Kratom fine?"
What about...
This is off topic, but I was at a bar last night, and I was talking with some friends, and they don't like the way I say Kratom. Or I say Kratom.
You say Kratom?
I say Kratom.
I like Kratom.
But we came up with a new character named Kratom Ant.
Kratom Ant?
Kratom Ant. You know, like the superhero Adam Ant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's just Adam
I
Ant,
mean-
except he just really fucking likes drugs.
I mean, Kratom and Kratom both sound like a fucking, like, Marvel supervillain. Like, I could imagine him being, like, fucking Galactus or something. It's like Galactus and Kratom.
God of War starring Kratom.
Kratom. I love doing Kratos. My favorite drug.
So, what are your first thoughts on the album, other than it fucks?
Yeah, I kind of it kind of offered what I expected when after we've had like 3 novelty albums under our belt that we've covered. We did Alien Rap,
Alien
Hulk
Raps,
Rolls.
Hulk Rolls, Fast Food Rockers,
Yeah.
could have been a novelty album.
Yeah, but mostly Hulk Rolls, I feel like set.
That's the real novelty album.
Yeah, I feel like that set me up for this because this came out a little earlier. I think this came out in like 86 or something, I want to say. It was mid 80s, and Hulk Rolls was like 92 or some shit like that, I think. But yeah, I think that kind of set me up. So I was expecting a lot of it, but also it threw me for a lot of loops that I was not expecting.
Yeah, mostly like how good. I mean, I guess this is kind of spoiling what we're gonna talk about later, but this album is really fucking good.
It really is. Like it's derivative in parts, but that doesn't really bring it down.
I mean, it was the 80s.
Yeah,
everything was derivative.
Yeah, but I mean, it's performed really well. Every single song, for the most part, is catchy. Like, there's not a single song that is boring on this album, I would say. And it's also really short. It's only 28 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it's a really short album.
It doesn't overstay its welcome at all, which is nice.
8 songs long?
Something like that.
Maybe 9. Like, a lot of the songs are like a minute and a half or less.
Yeah, like it doesn't.
I think it's 13 fucking songs in 28 minutes.
It's 13. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
2, 3.
Yeah, it's a good amount of songs, and yeah, it definitely doesn't overstay its welcome.
11. It's 11 tracks in 28 minutes.
Yeah, and it's pretty. It's varied. Like, there's some more rock leaning stuff, like I guess soft rock, pop rock, and then there's like straight up pop. There's some jazz and soul and blues. Like, it's a good mix of different stuff. But yeah, I was not expecting it to be as good as it is. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, like I went into this expecting another Hulk Rules. Which Hulk Rules fucking rules.
Hulk Rules fucking rules,
but Hulk Rules does also overstay its welcome a little bit.
Yeah.
The best thing about Hulk Rules was Hulkster in heaven and making fun of his fucking line. I brought that up at the bar last night.
Hulkster in heaven? Yeah,
and all my friends were like, yeah, it's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I don't know if McGruff has any controversies.
Did McGruff lie about a kid with cancer?
I don't know. He did lie saying that marijuana is a gateway drug, so I guess that's his controversy. So we'll give him that.
You call McGruff a liar?
Yeah, he's a fucking liar.
That's libel.
Get him on the fucking show. I don't give a fuck.
He's gonna take a bite out of your ass.
Oh no. But yeah,
does McGruff has a PSA about eating ass?
Remember, kids, to wash your ass before it gets ate. This is a PSA by McGruff, the ass-eating dog. That would be interesting. But do you have any opening thoughts besides what we said?
No, not really. Yeah, I think we covered the opening thoughts pretty well.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot to take in, but also not a lot at all. Like,
yeah. Also, this is the fastest we've ever gotten to the track by track.
Yeah, it really is.
Other than the unreleased episode that was too short.
Yeah, it was like.
Which, if this one's too short, it might be a double episode of two albums stacked together, so we can use the fucking audio.
Yeah, I mean,
it depends on how long we can talk about McGruff the Crime Dog.
Yeah, we're gonna see. But yeah, we start out with winners don't use.
And users don't win.
Winners don't lose and losers don't win. I think that's what he says.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he says.
But yeah, this is a really short, little opening track. I think it's like 58 seconds long. Like, it's really short, but as a lot of people in the YouTube comments point out, this one has like really big Randy Newman vibes. The guy who did a Toy Story theme song.
It does.
Yeah.
I read it as a Sesame Street ass song.
Yeah, it fits that too. It has like that kind of like the 80s like overproduced blues sound, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
it's the least catchy song on it's one of the least catchy songs on the album. There's one song later in the album that I actively dislike.
Okay. I think I might know what that is.
But this song is not very catchy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not awful, but I mean, it's like we said, it's really short, even though all the other tracks are pretty short. Like, this one is short even to be on this album. But I think that's the point. It's just kind of a little sit up for what we have in store.
Probably the first time they say "smart kids say no." I didn't keep track of that.
I think that's
They
like
say
in
it,
every
Every
song.
song.
Yeah, and there's also just random kids doing background vocals in every song as well.
Yeah, there's some fucking child gang vocals. It rips.
Child gang vocals. We need to fucking track down one of the children that performed on this album and interview them. That's somehow
Fuck
that went.
yeah, I'd be so down.
Yeah, because
we forgot about another novelty album we've covered.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So far, Chuck E. Cheese is the best novelty album we've covered.
Yeah. I mean, End Hulk Rules are pretty neck and neck, though. I can't remember which one I rated higher.
I don't remember, but
we'll
I think
see where this one lands.
At least retroactively, I'm saying it now. My stance: Chuck E. Cheese is currently
it's the GOAT.
the best novelty album we've talked about.
Okay. Yeah, we could probably find a lot more to talk about too.
Oh god, I get so many suggestions as soon as I mention the comment, or as soon as I mention the podcast, people are like, "You should talk about this novelty album." We got Steven Seagal. We got fucking I think Mr. T had an album.
Yeah.
Macho Man had an album.
Muhammad Ali had an album.
Ali had an album. There's a lot of like sports people that did.
John Cena.
John Cena has an album.
Yeah, there's a lot. But yeah, novelty albums are fun to cover.
If you like novelty albums, let us know.
Let us know. But yeah, short little track with Winners Don't Use, and then we go into No, No, No with an exclamation mark.
Oh, I missed the exclamation
mark. Just
to
drive in the point. I would say this is probably the least interesting song.
Oh, but it's funky as hell.
Yeah, I just don't really remember it. Like, I don't
remember it at all.
I feel like most of the other songs I can see the title and I'm like, yeah, I remember how that one goes, but I don't really remember this one too much. All I really got is that, and then it also the chorus kind of seems like a ripoff of another song that I've heard, but I can't entirely.
Yeah, I caught that a couple times in the album. Really?
Yeah, there's some later on that I know exactly what it's ripping off.
I really hope there's one that I was like, I don't know what this fucking is. That's a ripoff, and I hope you caught it.
Hopefully.
Yeah, this one's. I found myself dancing to this song.
Yeah.
Mostly. I don't remember the fucking words, but that fucking this is an 80s dance track.
Is this the one where it's like just say just say no? Wait.
Just say no.
No, that one is Just Say No.
Oh my god, no, this is a different song.
I think this one is where it's like, just say no, 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 no.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Is it and it's like, ha, ha, ha. You know what I'm talking about? The
yeah.
kids, I think that's this one.
Okay, yeah. It's still a good song.
I mean,
still fun to dance to.
It's not awful, but it's probably, I would say...
It's better than Winners Don't Use.
Yeah, it is. It is. But then we get to the real fucking meat of this album.
We get to the meat and the potatoes and the marijuana.
And the marijuana with aptly titled Marijuana.
This is a killer fucking dance song.
Yeah, this one, it's a fucking banger.
It's so fucking good.
Like, it's kind of... It makes me feel like I'm watching one of those 80s exercise videos where, like, everybody's wearing, like, purple, green, and yellow spandex and fucking... doing the weirdest yoga you've ever seen. Like,
I'm just imagining McGruff the crime dog and Richard Simmons having like a boxing match to this song.
Yeah, but it's also weird because it's really danceable and catchy. But it's also, isn't it a minor key? Like, it's a pretty.
I think it's in a minor key.
Yeah, it's a pretty like serious kind of sounding song, which is weird. Like, I don't know. It was kind of weird because this might be really the only minor key song on the album.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, it kind of goes for that, like, soft rock, pop rock kind of feel. But, yeah, I mean, it's a fucking banger.
Yeah, it has a killer solo for no fucking reason.
Yeah, there's a really good guitar solo towards the end.
I don't understand why.
Yeah, I tried to find who performed on this album. I mean, the guy that created and voices McGruff sings as McGruff on this album. But I couldn't find anything else of who wrote these songs, who performed them. Like, I don't know if that fucking dude wrote the songs. Like, I don't know if they hired, like, session musicians. I'm assuming that would probably...
Yeah, they probably hired session musicians.
Yeah.
Like, I just imagine that all of the musicians writing and recording these songs were thwacked out on coke.
Probably.
Every single one. There's no reason, we'll get to it, there's no reason the cocaine song should be so fucking good if they weren't like, actually, kids... This one's fine.
Yeah, this will make you write this shit, kids. But yeah, marijuana is a fucking banger. But I mean, in all seriousness, don't do marijuana, kids.
Don't do marijuana. It's a gateway drug.
Yeah. I dedicate this episode to both of my parents and all of my siblings and my 50 friends who have died of marijuana overdose.
All of them.
All of
my
them.
friend injected a marijuana once.
Fucking died.
No, he became the leader of communist Russia.
Oh fuck.
That's even
Damn.
worse.
Oh no.
You're right. My friend is Lenin.
Don't do marijuana, kids. You'll either be dead or be Lenin. Sometimes John Lennon. So
you'll be both.
So either way, it's not a good way to go.
I think both Lenins are dead now. Surely.
Yeah, surely.
There's no fucking way. Yeah, Lenin's dead.
Yeah, both Lennons are dead. Owen and Ian are both dead. But yeah, one listen of the podcast equals $1 we will donate to marijuana addiction treatment. So please listen.
Sponsor's note: you will actually be donating the dollar directly to my Cash App. I will put it in the notes.
That I will then buy a zip with.
But we will buy a zip from a reputable man in a button-up at our local head shop.
Local head shop.
Delta 9. I don't do real drugs.
Delta 9. But yeah, then we go to inhalants.
Oh my fucking... Which... I have never wanted to do inhalants. Not
never.
Once in my life. I have listened to the better song about inhalants.
The better song about inhalants? What other song?
Fucking Lacquerhead?
That Primus song?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The better song about inhalants.
Okay, I don't think I've ever...
Is it Lacquerhead?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a song about, huffing gasoline.
Okay, makes sense. I don't think I've ever listened to a Primus song and paid attention to the lyrics, to be honest. I'm just bass go burr.
Bass do go burr.
Bass go burr. Yeah, that's the one. They all have crazy bass riffs, but Lacquerhead's the one that starts out with, the really fucking...
Lacquerhead is considered one of the hardest songs to play on bass.
Yeah, I know that song,
I know a guy whose entire, his favorite thing to tell people about himself was, I can play Lacquerhead at full speed.
His entire existence is...
And it is still the coolest thing I've ever heard anyone say.
Yeah?
I never had him prove it to me.
Damn.
I didn't care that much.
I believe him.
I believe him.
I'll give him the benefit.
If you're listening, Adam, I know you're not.
I know you're not.
But Adam, if you're listening, please come to my house and play Lacquerhead. I just want to know that you weren't lying to me all those years ago.
Yeah, I want to know too. But yeah, this one is another fucking bop. We get a groovy bass line, some really good synth hits on top of it. It gets you really moving.
Stings.
Yeah, stings. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, the first time I listened to the album, spoiler alert, it's only on YouTube. You can imagine that this is not on Spotify.
I wish it was.
I wish it fucking was, but the playlist that I originally, and I think you originally listened to, didn't have the track listing in the right order for whatever reason.
Yeah, the only way you could listen to it in the right order was there was a full album stream, but it didn't have the track names in the description or anything.
Exactly, yeah. So I was not trying to do that.
And
so
the picture was the cassette tape.
Yeah.
But it only showed one half.
Yeah.
So you can only see half the song names, and I was like, I'm not...
Yeah, I need to know these song names. But the first time I kind of glanced through the track listing names, but didn't really pay attention. And like I said, it was kind of shuffled. And this comes on, and I'm like, oh, this song's fucking slapping. I'm liking this intro. I didn't know it was going to be about inhalants or anything, and I was like, how does this song start out?
Don't do inhalants.
No, he's like, fuck. Oh, yeah, he's like, learned a lesson so true, and I'm like, okay, and he's like, never do inhalants.
Holy shit.
It just made me laugh. I was not expecting it. Like you said, fucking, marijuana, obviously they're going to say don't do that, kids, and then crack and cocaine.
Cocaine.
That was the 80s, but I was like, fucking
alcohol. Yeah, of course. These are all drugs that most people will. Maybe not crack and cocaine. In the 80s, yeah, but most people will have the chance to do these drugs.
Yeah, easily accessible. Which inhalants are
easily
too.
Accessible, but
probably the most accessible.
I have never once in my life looked at fucking spray duster.
Yeah,
and been I can huff that.
God damn, this shit looks like it'll smack.
It's pretty obvious that it's just gonna kill your fucking brain cells.
Yeah. Dude, have you ever seen that YouTube channel called Tales from the Trip?
No.
It's just a guy who reads Reddit stories and user submissions and shit about drug experiences gone bad. And he did one about this guy whose cousin got him to puff fucking gasoline. Dude, it was the fucking, like, most fucked up story I've ever heard.
You'll
like,
have to send me the link. I gotta
yeah,
listen to that.
I'll need to find it. But yeah, long story short, like, he was passed out on and off for like 3 days because like his parents went out of town or something, and his cousin was like taking care of him, quote unquote. I think he was like in high school, and his cousin was like 19 or 20 or something like that.
Should not be in charge of a high schooler.
Yeah, exactly. And fucking, he was just like passing out on and off for like 3 days straight, and then his cousin like kept doing it, and just now he's like literally a vegetable. Like, he can't fucking talk or do anything, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like, I never do inhalants, kids.
This is a serious PSA right now. Do not fucking do inhalants.
Yeah, fuck
Every
that
time
shit.
you want to do inhalants, listen to this song.
Listen to this song. McGruff will guide you to the promised land.
Because I assure you, I've never done inhalants, but I fucking bet that inhalants by McGruff is a more pleasurable experience.
Yeah, definitely. It'll fucking get you dancing.
Honestly, the only real drug that this album is missing is a song about the Hat Man.
Oh, the Benadryl guy?
Don't do Benadryl.
Don't do Benadryl. Yeah, that would be a good one. Speaking of, I was going to ask you, if I didn't know what time this would come in, if this was made in 2023, we got 4 songs that are specifically about a drug, what would those 4 be now in 2023?
Fentanyl?
Yes.
Fentanyl for sure. Lean. Codeine is coming back.
I was thinking that. I was like, I don't really know if we're past the codeine phase.
Codeine's coming back. Xanax.
Yeah, Xanax, definitely. Xanax and fentanyl were the 2 where I was like, oh, vaping.
Vaping. Don't vape.
Yeah, don't vape. McGruff would definitely have a song about the dangers of vaping.
It's a cloud so big.
He's like,
never do the vapor.
No, it'd be like, don't buy carts from China.
Bum.
Oh man.
Actually, honestly, the marijuana song would probably be in there unfucking changed.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I wonder if that dude's still alive. We need him to do a McGruff. Smart kids to squeak with.
I'll help him write it.
I'll fucking help him too.
If anybody in our listener base of 7 people...
7 people.
I don't know how many people actually listen to this. Like, how many individual different people listen to this.
Probably 7.
But if any of you have any way or any idea how I can get in contact with anybody who owns the rights to McGruff, I will, for free, write a new McGruff album.
Yeah, and they just gotta perform it.
I'll fucking perform it.
Yeah.
I will write and record a new McGruff album.
We just gotta get fucking McGruff himself.
I just need the voice of McGruff to do the vocals.
Yeah. Yeah, that's our new goal for 2023.
And the marijuana song is going to be unchanged.
Yeah, it'll just...
I'm not going to re-record it. I am just going to send them the MP3 of this song.
Maybe remaster it.
Nope.
No.
No, exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Some things don't change.
Yeah.
Smart kids say no.
Some things can never change. But yeah, inhalants.
It's one of the best songs on the album.
Fucking bop and a half. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad he told me that just because something is safely used one way doesn't mean it's okay to put in your body. I question that a lot.
It has really stopped me from boofing soy sauce.
Yeah, that explains why that Raid bug spray I sprayed up my left nostril the other day left me in a week-long coma.
Hey, never do inhalants.
Yeah, I should have heard this sooner.
It's a lesson so true.
It is, never do inhalants. Then we go to cocaine and crack. Which I just now realized. In the chorus he says crack and cocaine. Why is the song called Cocaine and Crack?
I don't know, but this is the best song ever written.
This is your favorite on the album?
This is the best song on the album.
It's top 3, I think.
This song is a masterpiece,
it's so
Alex.
This whole album is a masterpiece. Like, I'm not even fucking... not even ironic. Like, this album is good.
No, yeah, this album is so good.
Like, since I listened to it, this shit has been stuck in my head all week. Like...
I had to, like... So, as you all know, me and my roommate ride to work together, so he has to listen to a lot of these albums with me. Mm-hmm. 2 days ago, I hadn't listened to the album in 3 or 4 days. I listened to it recently to, like, refamiliarize myself. But I hadn't listened to it in 3 or 4 days. And we get in the car, and he's just like, doing crack and cocaine to get high.
It's fucking catchy as shit, like, for no reason.
And, like, if you were on TikTok 2 years ago, you've heard the first line of this song.
Yeah, I saw when I was looking up shit. I mean, barely looking up shit. I was like, who performed on this album? And I could find nothing. It kept pulling up TikToks about it, and I never saw that trend.
You had never seen that? I saw that trend, and I've since then been like, what the fuck is this from? And now I know.
Yeah, what was the trend? Like, I just saw TikTok videos that were tagging it, and, like, I could see that it
I
said
don't
McGruff.
remember what the trend was.
Yeah, like we're.
I think it was just people dancing to the fucking doing crack and cocaine to get high.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I think like,
it's funny out of context.
It's really funny in a context. I don't think though that anybody brought it to its full potential, which is a Dr. Roxo cosplay.
Dr. Roxo.
Or Dr. Rocco. Or the fucking clown from Metalocalypse.
Oh, the I do cocaine.
I
clown?
do yeah.
I don't know his fucking name.
I think it's Dr. Roxo.
Yeah, sure. I'll give you that. I don't fucking know his name. He's a doctor.
Race would know. Call Race right now.
I call him right now.
Hey, Race, you're on the podcast. What's the fucking clown from Metalocalypse called?
Dr. Roxo. Confirmed.
That was Race.
No,
Thanks,
that
Race.
Was him. Thanks, bro. Beep, beep. but yeah, cocaine and crack. It's really weird because I feel like as the severity of the drugs mentioned are going up by track lists, the fucking songs keep getting happier. Have you noticed that?
This song is so happy.
Like Marijuana was pretty down, like low key, and then Inhalants was, a step up. But fucking Cocaine and Crack is just like so cheerful sounding. Like
you heard it from McGruff. Marijuana is worse than crack and cocaine.
It fucking is. It fucking is. McGruff told me, so it has to be right.
McGruff the dime bag.
McGruff's a dime bag. Dime bag.
Oh, and Dimebag do you think Dimebag Darrell did the solo on this album?
Yeah, probably.
Because he was in that Anthrax album, right?
He was in a couple, yeah. So he probably was.
He was probably on here. Yeah.
It was either him or probably like Randy Rhoads or somebody else. It was a dude from Poison. But
this is a dude from fucking Steel Leopard.
Steel Panther?
Steel Panther.
Yeah.
It was fucking Steel some kind
Steel
of
Leopard.
Steel Leopard.
Steel random feline. Steel or wait, that is what they're called.
It's literally the band name.
Steel Bobcat.
Steel Bobcat. Oh, you mean the people fixing up my roads?
Bobcat. But yeah, Cocaine and Crack goes pretty fucking hard. It has like a really good, I think marimba is in there.
I think so, but like it has the catchiest like lead melody. It's like do 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 do.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Like something that crack and cocaine.
Da 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 da. Just a snort or a sniff.
He's telling us how to do it too.
And just a smoke or a sniff.
And also, we're gonna do a first on the podcast because did you catch the shameless plug of the crack and cocaine addiction hotline?
No. Yes.
We are going to call that number right here live on the podcast.
I don't think it's still up. Alex.
We're gonna fucking call it and see what happens.
We're gonna call the crack and cocaine hotline.
1-800 co.
This is the dumbest thing we've ever done. The audio's gonna suck.
It is. I'm prepared to hang up if somebody answers because I'm shy.
This call may be recorded for quality assurance. We have a special promotion today for select callers. If you are over
Free crack?
50, please press 1 now. If not, press 2.
I'm not over 50.
Thank you for calling the medical.
I'm hanging up. I don't want to go any further. It was obviously something for medical supplies or something. So, okay. If you call 1-800-COCAINE, you're going to be asked if you're 50 or older.
Understood.
Damn, I was really hoping for McGruff to say, do you have a cocaine addiction, kids? Well, you find out something new every day.
Yeah, was it worth it?
Let me work it.
I don't remember what the fuck she says there. It's backwards.
It is backwards. I can't do it backwards. But, yeah, so moving on to alcohol.
This is a Bee Gees song.
I got Steely Dan.
They're the same band.
No, they are not.
I think you mean Steel Panther.
Oh yeah, Steely Panther.
Steel Dan.
Steel Dan. But yeah, I think it sounds exactly like a fucking Steely Dan song. Like we get the jazzy guitar, jazzy drum beat, the fucking background vocals, harmonies are like actually
the falsetto screams Bee Gees to me though.
Yeah, but Steely Dan does that shit too, and also it's really weird not hearing kids be the backing vocals on this.
It really is.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that till right now that there are no children on this song.
Yeah, this is the only song. It's like they use children, and then they're just like, let's get some actual.
I think what happened was so kids can only work until like 8 p.m.
Yeah, and then they're just like, we gotta fucking.
And they're like,
tackle
we need
alcohol.
one more fucking song for the album.
It's like alcohol.
And they were all drunk as fuck.
Yeah, let's get drunk as fuck and sing about the bad things about alcohol. But yeah, this one's pretty good. Like we said, it goes for more of like a little jazzy, funky, like what's that song? That genre, like Blue-Eyed Soul type feel.
Yeah, it is kind of a Blue-Eyed Soul song about alcohol.
Yeah,
It's really weird.
About alcohol. Yeah, I'd say probably the weakest of the four.
It's one of the weaker songs on the album. It is definitely the weakest of the 4 drug songs.
Yeah, like specific drug songs. I mean, it's still a decent song though, but no cocaine and crack.
No, it is no cocaine and crack.
Yeah, well, I don't know why they didn't start with this too, since they escalated pretty quickly. Just like marijuana, inhalants, cocaine and crack, alcohol.
Alcohol kills more people.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is a valid point.
Alcohol kills a lot of people.
Yeah.
So for a second on the podcast, I will be dialing 1-800-alcohol and buying a fifth of Jack Daniels.
It's not even enough numbers. It'd have to be like 1-800 Seagrams or something.
1-800 Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels.
That's too many numbers.
Yeah, that's too many. Then we go to
the one thing I forgot about alcohol is so this is the only lyric I have for the album.
Okay.
It is the greatest lyric on the album.
Mm.
It really changed the way I think about my life and how I approach drugs. Being straight is okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Thanks, McGruff.
Thanks, McGruff.
Yeah, I was a little worried.
Glad that I can fuck chicks.
Thanks, bro.
McGruff, the best wingman.
The best wingman. Just like, being straight is okay. Want to fuck my buddy over there?
Listen, in this woke future.
Oh no. I really thought that being straight was a crime now. People on Facebook really be like that.
Kid Rock be like,
oh no. McGruff is drinking Bud Light, okay, bro?
No.
But yeah, so we got to Just Say No now, which also has an exclamation point, so really got to drive in.
I missed all of the exclamation points.
Yeah, I was like, no, 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 and just say no.
Just say no. This is a Reading Rainbow-ass song.
Yeah, it does kind of have that vibe. But yeah, I mean, this one's one of the weaker songs as well, because, I mean, it really just, the whole shtick of the song is the Just Say No slogan over and over. Like, there's not really many real...
I think it's the same verse twice.
I think it is, yeah.
It's a really, it's nothing special. The chorus is pretty catchy.
It's catchy, but yeah, it's literally just say no, just say no, like 5 times.
I also want to know, and I didn't even realize the timeline on this, but this has the exact fucking sound library that the Genesis has.
Yeah, okay, yeah. No, I got that for a later song.
But this one specifically is that really farty Genesis sound library.
Yeah. Yeah, the song, I mean, I'd say a lot of the song, or a lot of the album, but the last song, I'm Glad I'm Me, which we'll get to, had that for me. Like, that had some real Genesis. Like, I could imagine that being a fucking...
like a fucking Battletoads on the Genesis.
Yeah, something like that.
This is more like a racing Genesis game.
Yeah, I could see that. But Genesis didn't come out till the 90s, did it?
Correct.
Yeah.
Genesis was 91, 92.
Confirmed.
Which I'm going to say it.
I'm
going to say it right now. This is not a video game podcast. This is my only chance to say it. The Genesis sound chip was not bad. People just didn't fucking know how to use it.
What do you mean?
The Sonic soundtrack is incredible.
People shit on the Genesis?
A lot of Genesis games have really bad music because the sound library is really farty if you don't use it right.
I feel like Genesis music always slaps.
They're comparing it to the Super Nintendo sound chip.
I mean, yeah, that's
which
true.
is the Super Nintendo has some of the best music ever made for video games.
Yeah, that's true. But Genesis has its own charm. I mean, it really just has that edgy kid feel. Like it's like I just want to put on my sunglasses and play some fucking Sonic.
Listen,
I mean, that Contra hardcore
game
that we were playing
fucks.
Yeah, and that's the soundtrack on that shit is fucking slaps.
All I'm saying is Genesis does.
What Sega don't, or what Nintendo don't, what Sega don't. They don't do what their own company don't. But yeah, I never knew that people shit on the.
Yeah, people shit heavily. I guess I'm a lot bigger into the retro gaming scene than you are, but people shit heavily on the Genesis soundtrack.
At least like probably the online communities you are definitely.
Yeah,
so I've never seen anybody do that.
I listen to a lot of video game podcasts.
Yeah,
they do not like the Genesis.
Interesting. That's weird. I've always thought that the music on the Genesis was pretty fucking cool.
I think a lot of it stems from the console wars and how ingrained in society that, like, we're too young to, like, our console wars was what, 360 versus PS3?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is just like, I bought the 360 because it wasn't $599 US fucking dollars.
599 US yen. But yeah, and I had the PS3 because I didn't have to pay for online. Yeah, that was back when PSN was free.
Which, like, in the long run, was the better option. But I'm not paying $600 fucking for which you got it after the price.
I was about to say, yeah, about that.
It was like $299, $349, something like that.
Probably, I got that shit in like 2009 or something like that, 2010.
Yeah, like I got my 360 early enough that all of my friends had 360s because they were cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
They were like $199.
Yeah.
So what, I had to pay $50 a year to play Call of Duty online.
Yeah. Just say no to Sega.
Just say no.
McGruff said just say no to Sega. But yeah, Just Say No was one of the more forgettable songs.
Then we get to probably the most forgettable song on the album.
Yeah. I like this one.
I
like it. We got some more Steely Dan vibes with it, which this song...
Smart Kids, by the way, is the name of the song.
Yeah, Smart Kids. This song, like, blatantly rips off the entire vocal melody from the song Gaucho by Steely Dan.
Okay.
Like, literally everything, like, the vocal inflections, even, like, the instrumentation in the background, and then, like, the saxophone on this song isn't... Because there's saxophone on the song Gaucho. It's not a direct ripoff of, like, the saxophone part, but it's just, like, barely different. Like just a little different. It's I can definitely tell that they heard that and they were like, oh shit, let's just rip off that for this song. And it kind of works.
Steely Dan, like, that would have been contemporary, wouldn't it? When was Steely Dan? Steely Dan was like an 80s band?
70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Their first album came out like 71, I think, but Gaucho, the song that I'm talking about, the album came out I think in 80 or 81. So
yeah, so it would have been like pretty contemporary.
Yeah.
It would have been a really obvious ripoff.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the kids, though. Kids don't listen to Steely Dan.
Yeah.
You're legally not allowed to listen to Steely Dan until you're 17.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, it is not only it is a war crime.
Listen, this is man to man right here. Any men listening, you will go through a Steely Dan phase at some point in your life.
I have not yet.
You have not yet?
And I'm kind of dreading it.
I did, like, around this time last year, I think. Or no, it's been like 2 years. I don't know. Sometime pretty recently, I just kept seeing people say that on TikTok. They were like, every guy will go through a Steely Dan phase in their 20s. It's inevitable. And I was like, bullshit, let's try it out. And I was like, this shit goes fucking hard. What the fuck?
Now I gotta listen to Steely. You're putting me into my Steely Dan era.
They're so fucking good for no reason.
Also, men out there, you will go through a city pop phase.
So yeah, I haven't hit that yet.
You will fucking go through a city pop phase.
Well, let's trade off. I'll get into my city pop phase. You can go into your Steely Dan phase.
The real question is, which one's better?
I don't know.
City pop fucks.
From what I've heard, or like songs I've heard are pretty good. I've just never really.
If you haven't listened to city pop and you like 90s anime, you fucking love city pop.
You love it.
The Smart Kids, it's kind of a shitty ballad.
Yeah, it's not the best, but like I said, derivative, but I think it works. And it's nice to hear some saxophone get a little jazzy with it.
It is nice. I do love the saxophone.
But also, like, I guess this is a common theme. I guess we'll see if we cover more 80s and 90s novelty albums, but, like, novelty album producers do not know how to fucking mix a saxophone, like, for shit.
No.
I mean, like, the recording quality and mixing and stuff wasn't the best on this or in Hulk Rules, but specifically the saxophone is just so, like, fucking, what's the word, like, ear-piercing, like,
yeah.
Like, it just sounds like it's about to peak too hard every time it comes in.
Yeah, which I think that could have also been a stylistic choice, because the 80s were kind of like Like the wall of sound.
We're just gonna assault you with saxophones.
Like, because like in the 60s and the 70s, we really got the wall of sound from like the Beatles, with a guy that did the Beatles music.
Yeah.
What's his name? He's allegedly a piece of shit.
Oh, Spector? Phil Spector?
Yeah, Phil Spector.
Is that the wall of sound guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking
He's
of
allegedly.
I was thinking of George Martin,
Yeah.
the guy that produced. He seems like a cool dude. The guy
Allegedly,
that
Phil
produced
Spector is a piece of shit.
Oh, he is. He fucking
we can't say that for sure.
We can't say it for sure.
I'm not getting sued for libel.
Oh. Yeah,
Allegedly, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Look into it and make up your own
With
decision.
the Ronettes and shit like that.
Yeah. But like he did the wall of sound,
Man,
and then
he fucking dead.
yeah, but he has family,
Yeah, I guess
and they
that's
listen
true.
to the podcast.
Oh yeah,
I
they're
get
avid
calls from the
listeners.
Spectors all the
The
time.
Spectors.
He's a phantom.
You know, Spectre Gadget, that dude.
Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom. All the Spectors.
Was there a Danny Phantom album?
I don't know. And that's a good idea. There's a bunch of like cartoons we grew up on that had soundtrack albums and shit.
Well, I already know one album I want to pitch. I'm going to go ahead and spoil an album that I'm going to fucking start pitching every time we come with new albums, and it is Saturday morning or Sunday morning cartoons or something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It is a bunch of 90s bands covering like kids show theme songs. It's so fucking sick. I had it growing up. You've also listened to it a ton.
Yeah, I have listened to it. Yeah, that would be a good for the podcast.
That is a novelty album, and it's the best novelty album. Other than McGruff, of course.
Other than that. Then we got Make Your Body Last.
This has the sickest sax solo of the album.
Yeah, this one does have a really good
One
sax
of the
solo.
sickest sax solos, period.
Yeah, I mean, they really just didn't... I think there was one song before Smart Kids, which was the previous track we just covered, that had sax, but like they really go for it in these last few songs.
They're like, well, we hired a sax player for the whole fucking day.
Yeah, might as well use them. But yeah, this one kind of has the same vibe as Smart Kids, less ballad-y.
Yeah, it's more like funky synth song.
Yeah, some good synth in there, and there's also like this weird chopped up vocal line of.
Oh my god, yeah, the stuttering effect.
Yeah, it's like a kid saying. I think he's saying right, because he's.
Yeah.
I don't remember the fucking lyrics, but the kids like gang vocal background kids.
Yeah, they literally do gang vocals in this song.
Yeah, they say the word right, and then like after they say that the first time, like it'll just come up and be like right.
And there's like the stuttering effect on the chorus. Fuck, what do they say?
I don't even fucking know.
But there's like a stuttering effect. It's like it's really good.
Oh, I know what McGruff does.
Well, the kids do it.
Oh, the kids do it?
Yeah, the kids do the stuttering effect in the chorus. Like they're like. Because they have their line and they like stutter into it the second time through each chorus.
Yeah.
It's
I
really
don't know.
fucking cool.
There's a lot of weird vocal fucking effects and shit on this song for no reason.
Yeah, this is a song I might revisit this outside of the album. This is a good song.
Really? Out of all
I
the songs?
really like this song. This and Crack and Cocaine.
Okay.
I really like this song.
There's a lot of songs I want to fucking revisit.
I want to do Crack and Cocaine and listen to this album.
I do. If this podcast gets 10 billion streams in 8 hours after it's posted, me and Austin will live stream doing every drug it says not to do on this album.
Except for Hamlet's. I'm not doing it.
And listening to this album.
I'm not doing Hamlet.
Listening to the album until we get sober.
I'm not doing fucking Inhalants.
We're doing every inhalant.
Not doing Inhalants. You can't make me.
We're going to stand behind a semi-truck and just huffing the gas for 10 minutes.
That's diesel.
And then we go to I'll Decide on My Own.
This is literally a Vacation Bible School song.
Yeah, I could see that. I got kind of 80s news and talk show theme songs.
So Vacation Bible School.
Because you know how in those, they'll always be like, and we're going to break, or like a game show or something.
Yeah.
They'll be like, we're going to break, and it'll play like the funkiest fucking sax line you've ever heard for no reason. Like, this is what the sax in the song gave off to me, and it went hard as fuck for no reason.
For no fucking reason. But like, it because it sounds like a VBS song, it gave me like a weird nostalgia, even though I've never listened to this album before.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, we grew up with a lot of fucking VBS music.
Yeah. Yeah, there was good old Daryl the Barrel.
Good old Daryl the Barrel.
I remember that year. I remember the fucking one with the penguin as the mascot.
Yeah, we did a lot of VBS.
The fucking one where there was, like, a camel in the desert and shit. I don't even know what the fuck the theme was of that.
I want whatever drugs people who write VBS are on.
On the body of Christ.
The body of Christ has never got me that fucking thwacked out.
You weren't doing it right.
I must not have been. But also, this song makes peer pressure seem like a much bigger thing.
Yeah.
When was the last time you said, like, your buddy was like, hey, man, do you want to smoke this weed? You were like, no, man, I'm not feeling it.
And he's
you're
like,
you fucking sure?
you fucking pussy, do it, you bitch. Like, no, that just doesn't happen.
No, like, my
Like,
friends will be like, you want to do some crack? And I'll be like, nah, man, I'm good. And you're like,
understandable.
is it
Have
cool?
a great.
Well, crack for me.
Yeah, understandable. Have
People
a great.
are not giving you free. Okay, people might give you free drugs.
I mean, yeah, but they're not gonna like. No fucking random person, shady character is just gonna come up to you and be like, "Hey, man, you want this fucking 8-ball?" Like, no.
It'd be cool if they did. I could resell
I
that.
could resell it. Stonks.
Like, free drugs would be nice because that'd be free money.
True.
But like, yeah, in
But
your
until
life,
you get busted by McGruff,
in your life, you will be offered free drugs.
you will.
No one is gonna be mad if you say no.
Yeah. Just say no. No.
Like McGruff, like honestly, the worst thing is saying yes and having McGruff haunting you.
Every time you say yes to drugs, you get a fucking sleep paralysis McGruff to haunt you
Oh
for the
my
rest
God,
of your life.
I'm so glad I don't get sleep paralysis. Knock on fucking whatever wood there is in my house. Fucking my dick.
My dick. Knock on my
Knock
dick.
on wood. I don't get sleep paralysis. But I think McGruff the crime dog would be the worst one you could have.
He's just staring at you saying, just say no. Just say no.
Cyberbullying's pretty fucked up.
Remember, kids, if somebody tries to offer you drugs, just say no. He's like, no matter what they say or what they try to make you feel, it's your body. You can choose.
I just know that one day, not this year, but like a decade from now, I'm going to have a nightmare of McGruff the crime dog like judging me while I smoke weed or something.
Yeah, it'd be like fucking drinking a like Michelob Ultra, and he'll be
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna be drinking like
he'll just be standing there in the corner, like staring at you.
no, he's gonna be like breathing into my ear,
Oh God,
just whispering, "Just say no."
oh no, but
Well, I'm drinking like a Michelob. I've never had a Michelob Ultra. I don't want to try a Michelob Ultra.
Kid Rock would be disappointed.
I fucking drink PBR. I'm an adult.
Yeah. We literally were over this in the fucking Kid Rock episode.
Yeah, like, just like with Kid Rock, if you are going to be white trash, you're gonna fucking drink a PBR.
Or some Natty Ice.
Maybe maybe Natty Light if you're a fucking pussy.
Yeah, I will never in my life stoop that low.
Natty Light's not that bad.
Really?
It's just like PBR, but like it's a light beer.
Yeah, but
like any...
But PBR has the aesthetics going for it.
It's
Natty Ice is just douchebag beer.
Yeah, this is the real PSA. We've had a bunch of fake PSAs for the episode.
This is the real one?
The real PSA. If you see a somebody who looks like, talks like, and claims to be a redneck, and he is drinking anything other than whiskey neat or a PBR, that man drives a truck that is lifted so high he has to rip his pants to step into it, and he would gladly run over your grandmother if he thought that she wasn't white.
Your grandmother, oh no. Yeah, that's about lifted truck bros for you.
Unless of course you're at a fucking punk bar, in which case he probably just makes crust punk.
Oh God.
I'm talking if you're at like a redneck bar and they're drinking something other than...
Yeah.
That is the real PSA for the episode.
That's the PSA. Yeah, I was going to say something earlier. We went on so big of a tangent, I can't remember. Yeah, now we get to the last track on the album, I'm Glad I'm Me.
Oh my
and
God.
The instrumental had no fucking right to go this hard. Like, why is it so good?
Alex.
Like, this is like one of the, like, no joke, like one of the fucking just most out-of-pocket intros to a song I've ever heard.
Alex, I'm gonna break your heart.
What?
I fucking hate this song.
You hate it?
I fucking hate this song.
I love this song. This song is so good.
This song gave me physical pain.
Why? Because of the fucking robot voice?
The robot voice, everything about it
It's
is
so
bad.
catchy.
I hate it. The chorus is stolen. I just don't fucking know from where.
I don't know.
But the chorus is wholesale stolen.
He's like, I'm so glad I'm me.
Not that part. Well, I'm glad I'm me.
Oh, that.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yes.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. No,
It's fucking wholesale stolen.
I didn't catch that until I listened to it for the last time today to refresh my memory. And yeah, I was trying to think too. That definitely is taken from a popular 80s song.
Yeah, like it's wholesale
It's
stolen.
like, I'm gonna celebrate.
I fucking hate
Dun,
this song.
dun, 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 dun. It's fucking good. It's so good.
No, the
Like
verses.
the intro, you gotta admit the intro goes fucking hard.
Okay, the instrumental does go hard for
like,
a second.
It's like don't burn, don't.
But like, the verse is just the shittiest attempt at being the Beastie Boys.
The Beastie Boys in the verse.
Yeah, when he's like trying, like rapping, quote unquote.
I want to say he's really rapping.
He's trying to.
He's trying to.
He wants to. He knows that you can't have a good album about drugs without rap.
Gritty. Yeah, which speaking of that, I was surprised. One thing that I was expecting for this album was some more rap, like straight up rap songs, kind of like Coke Rules had. But then again, I was also like, this was kind of, I mean, I guess this was around the time where hip hop was kind of becoming mainstream, but I feel like it wasn't fully.
Let's say this. You said this was '86.
I think so.
So we had like the Beastie Boys.
I mean, their first album came out in 80. Maybe it did come out in 86. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it was. Hip hop had been around since like 78 or 9,
yeah,
I
like
think,
hip hop
but
was.
it didn't really hit the mainstream till like the mid to late 80s.
Yeah,
so
like,
I feel like this might have been right before they would be like, oh, the kids will fucking love.
The kids, they listen to the rap music.
Yeah, they'll love if McGruff fucking raps on this shit. So
I would love if McGruff fucking rapped on this shit.
yeah, that was one thing I was expecting was some just like straight up fucking rap songs about how it's bad to do cocaine and shit. But 86, yeah, came out in 86. So just right around that period. I feel like if this would have came out just like 1 or 2 years later, they probably would have leaned really hard.
Because like the only rap that was really popular before this was like, what? Rapper's Delight.
I think Run DMC's early stuff had came out, and like LL Cool J.
Yeah, stuff that sounds exactly like Rapper's Delight.
Yeah, it was just like the very early shit.
It's the very, I'm going to the store, or fuck, it's like, my name is Jay, and I'm here to say I like rapping in a major way.
Yeah.
I go to the store and I pet a dog, and on my way home I'll buy a frog.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom, boom, boom,
Slick Rick ass beat.
Like that's literally what rap sounded like for like 7 years.
Yeah, I can't even lie.
It kind of fucks sometimes.
Some of that shit I love. I can't even lie. Some of it's pretty fucking bad though, but some of it be hitting.
But like tons of music, like all the rock music from the 50s just sounds like the Beatles.
Yeah, you mean
like
the 60s?
The 60s, late 50s, early 60s, like the Ventures. People don't fucking know about the Ventures. You know why? Because they're just the fucking Beatles, but not as good.
The Monkees.
The Monkees, they're just the Beatles, but not as good.
The Hollies.
Never heard of them, but they're probably just the Beatles, but not as good.
I was going to say the Byrds, but they're good. They kind of started off being a little bit of a Beatles type thing, but
yeah, like all music genres do this thing. Except for like subgenres, but all like big genres.
Mm-hmm.
When a big genre starts, it all sounds the same because they haven't quite figured out how they can and cannot experiment with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all that to say, McGruff should have dropped some.
McGruff should have dropped some bars.
My name is
McGruff, and I'm here to say drinking is bad in a major way.
Drugs are bad, okay? But yeah, again, in this year before 2023 is over, we need the fucking McGruff Smart Kids sequel, and he's gonna fucking have some trap songs on that bitch. There's gonna be a trap song. There's gonna be a fucking emo rap song.
McGruff, Rude Boys.
There's gonna be a fucking Taylor Swift knockoff song. We're gonna have Meg Thee Stallion on it. It's gonna go off.
The vocalist for McGruff is just gonna be the guy from Bowling for Soup again.
Bruh. That would be great. Yeah, I really hope that dude's still alive. But
I hope so. If not, rest in peace, McGritty.
Rest in peace, but I don't know. I mean, they still do PSAs, so someone has to voice them
Do
currently.
you think McGruff could literally hit the Gritty?
He probably could. I want to see somebody hit the Gritty in a McGruff outfit. I'm gonna be McGruff for Halloween. It's official.
I'm gonna be drugs for Halloween.
We'll just walk around the neighborhood and I'll just be like, remember kids, just say no.
Just say no.
You're just be dressed as a fucking dime bag.
I'll just be dressed as a can of gasoline.
Never do inhalants. Oh man, but
For
yeah,
For Halloween this year, I think I am going to give out treats to trick or treaters. They're all going to be bootleg copies of this album
oh fuck yeah,
on cassette.
yeah. You can buy it on cassette on Discogs.
How much is it?
Is
it affordable?
I don't know if there's any for sale, but I saw it said the lowest went for like $12 and the highest went for $200. So
oh my fucking god!
I don't know if maybe it was used to be more readily available. I'll have to look more into it. I would fucking buy this on cassette.
Yeah, I have a cassette player that I don't fucking use.
Yeah, I have a cassette player as well.
I don't fucking because cassette's a bad medium.
Yeah, it's cool in its own way, but
The only cool cassette
better than 8 tracks.
Well, not listening to music is better
It's
than
better
a
than-
fucking 8-track.
True.
It's like saying, Betamax is better than a reel-to-reel. Fucking obviously.
Yeah, but I would still buy this on cassette though.
I'd fucking buy it on cassette.
I want to have a physical copy.
Did you get them on vinyl?
No, I fucking
That
wish.
would be so fucking sick.
Somebody needs to do that.
If you know how to make a bootleg vinyl, I want a bootleg vinyl. You can get vinyl presses.
Yeah, you can like get custom ones made, I think. Oh, you mean like actually buy a press?
Yeah, you can buy a machine that makes vinyl.
Yeah, too much work and too much money though for me. So
I mean, but then you get to hand out bootleg vinyls with McGruff the Crime Dog at Halloween.
just go to the mall and be like those people. It's like, yo, check out my mixtape, bro.
Bro, do you remember when we were at the mall and one of those guys cornered you and you were like too nice to say no?
Yeah.
So you bought his mixtape and it was a fucking blank CD.
Did I buy it? I thought,
Yeah, no, you bought his mixtape for
really?
like $10.
I do not remember
It was
that
like
part.
5. But like you bought this dude's mixtape and you fucking got it. You're like, whatever, I have extra money. We had already done all of our shopping and you're like, okay, fine.
I do remember that, but I thought he just fucking gave it to me for free.
No, you bought this dude's mixtape and it was a fucking blank CD.
Oh, God. Yeah, I do. I completely forgot about that.
I hope the dude just forgot to forgot to burn that one and his
Hopefully.
mixtape was actually fire.
Because it had like artwork and like a track list and everything.
Yeah, like I kind of hope dude just fucked up one time.
Yeah.
And if you found him, we're like, hey man, you sold me a blank CD, he'd be like, fucking my bad. Dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that now. Yeah, that was some shit. But yeah, I hadn't heard McGruff yet. I didn't know how to just say no.
You didn't know how to just say no,
Yeah, now I just
and
would.
you were too busy doing inhalants.
Yeah, now currently if somebody did that to me, I would just avoid eye contact and walk away because I've learned to do that instead of having awkward confrontations. Or not confrontations, but situations. I mean, he was a cool dude, but he was just like, bro, it's fire, I promise you, it's so good.
Bro, this mixtape, it's just
like,
a blank fucking
It's like,
CD.
oh my God, I guess I'll fucking buy it.
God, it's still the funniest thing that's ever happened.
I completely forgot about that. And now that mall is a Amazon warehouse.
Did it ever actually become an Amazon fulfillment center? I'm pretty sure they stopped the project halfway through.
It's completely built, but it's not
It's
not
not open.
running. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
That's so fucking funny. Yeah, they tore down the mall, made it into an Amazon fulfillment plant, and then just never hired anybody.
yeah. There's trucks and everything sitting out there like Amazon trucks, but it's not open yet.
God, I love capitalism.
Oh yeah, gotta love it.
What are your
I
least
miss that
favorite songs
fucking
on the
mall.
album?
My least favorite. We're starting with that.
Don't we always?
Nah, we usually start with favorite.
Okay,
but
what's your favorite
we'll
song?
No, we'll go least
Fuck it,
favorite.
least favorite. There's not going to be very many of them.
Yeah, the only 2 songs that I would not listen to again is No 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 and Just Say No. Really, like 50% of it is the word no in both songs.
Yeah,
so.
mine would be No No No, Just Say No. And also, I'm Glad I'm Me. I fucking hate that song.
So good.
The robot voice makes me so
I
uncomfortable.
fucking love the robot. I forget what he says, but I love him. He's like, gotta really love yourself now. It is like everything is just fine. Everything super duper.
I fucking doubt it.
I love it.
If the Terminator came up and said that, you'd be like, fuck, no way is it just fine, Arnold.
Fuck you, Arnold.
And then he'd beat your fucking skull in because he's Arnold. And, like, even at 80-something years old, I could not take that man in a fight.
No. And then, what are your favorite songs?
Definitely crack and cocaine, inhalants, and, God, probably fucking Make Your Body Last.
Okay.
It's hard to decide.
It is pretty hard. I would say mine are marijuana, inhalants, and I'm glad I'm me. Just barely edges out cocaine and crack.
How
or
can
crack
you?
and
How can you
whatever the
not
fuck.
put crack and cocaine and crack, whatever the fuck it's called?
It's really good, but
It is a masterpiece, Alex.
I prefer marijuana and inhalants.
You heard it here, folks.
I just prefer them in no particular order. Marijuana, inhalants. I'm glad I'm me. That's the story of my life. But we're gonna do another first for the podcast because neither of us got lyrics because they are not posted anywhere and we're too lazy to.
We are real. That is something you should know about us. If the lyrics aren't posted, I'm not gonna fucking listen to the album until I catch something.
Yeah, it's like the lyrics were very understand. Like you could understand everything
I
that was
understood
said.
every word he said.
Yeah, but I was not about to whip out my phone and be waiting for something of no like.
Yeah, it's like it's hard enough to get. Listen, it's hard enough to get notes on a novelty album that is 28 minutes long. We've talked about this album for an hour now.
Yeah, you should be thankful.
You should be thankful. You fucking swine. You're dirt.
Oh no, we're gonna get canceled. But,
We
yes.
love you.
So a first for the podcast, we're gonna do a fuck, marry, and kill, and our contestants are,
Oh my god.
of course, McGruff.
Okay.
Of course, he's on there. So you
McGruff.
got McGruff, the D.A.R.E lion. You know the D.A.R.E lion.
The D.A.R.E line, yeah.
And Mr. Mackey, all well-known
Fuck.
drug opponents, drug ops.
So, I think McGruff would treat me right.
Yeah.
I think
I
McGruff
can
would
see
treat me
that.
really well. I also think he would die very early. That man smokes so many cigarettes.
Oh god.
I think I would only have to be married to him for like 15 years max.
But he's had a successful career, so you'd be getting the bag.
Yeah, like I'd be getting that bag, and like it's literally everyone's dream.
Yeah.
So I'd marry McGruff.
Mm-hmm.
God, I can't. Is it weird to fuck the D.A.R.E lion because he's an animal?
No, we're just gonna look over the bestiality.
Okay, I'm gonna fuck the D.A.R.E
I mean,
lion.
when only one of them's a human, you kind of have to.
Yeah, I guess McGruff is a human.
Mr. Mackey.
Oh, he got that dog in him.
Oh no, he got that dog in him.
So I'm gonna fuck the D.A.R.E
Dog
lion.
got Mr. Slave in him.
I'm gonna kill Mackie.
Okay.
Just because I don't like the way he tells me not to do drugs. The other two, they tell me not to do drugs in a fine way.
Yeah.
The way Mr. Mackey does it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's literally my answer as well. Mostly kill Mr. Mackey because he's into that way too extreme weird shit. I ain't trying to fuck
He's
him.
a weird guy.
I ain't trying to fuck or marry him. I'm killing him. And then D.A.R.E lion, I mean, yeah, I don't really want to fuck a lion, but if that's what it resorts to, then I guess I'll have
That's
to.
what it takes. Hey, you're the one that brought this up.
I am.
You don't get to be like, oh, it's a hard decision. You could have chosen anybody.
True.
It could have been Sandy Cheeks, Jimmy's mom, and Dexter's mom.
I mean, I had to pick well-known opponents of drugs.
You telling me Jimmy's mom does drugs?
Yes. She does pills.
Oh.
But yeah, we both had the same answer for that. Interesting.
That is two firsts, and one of them wasted somebody's like 30 seconds of someone's workday.
It was like 5 seconds. So thank you for calling beep.
They probably had to take notes or something.
Sorry about it. Let's call them back and say we're sorry.
Just call them back and just play this album until they hang up.
In entirety, yeah. All 28 minutes of it. Fuck, I was going to say something else with the fuck, marry, kill. Accidentally, it auto-corrected lion to Lionel. D.A.R.E Lionel.
He'd be a lot cooler if he was a Lionel.
Lionel Richie.
D.A.R.E Lionel Richie.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say another reason I would not marry the D.A.R.E lion is because I feel like he's more of a cop than McGruff is.
They're both cop. ACAB includes
They
like,
are
all three of these characters.
Yeah, but also.
But McGruff is a PI specifically.
Yeah,
That is his character. PIs are still cops.
But they're independent. They're independent cops.
You know what? I completely retract my straight statement. That makes it worse.
That makes it worse.
You're deciding to be a cop for, like, what, less money and no benefits?
No benefits.
You actively enjoy being a cop.
I mean, are they? They're more like, investigators. It's not like they fucking pull over people. They just investigate. Like, my wife's cheating on me. Can you get pictures of her with her man?
No.
Sure, bro.
It's cop shit.
That's cop shit. But...
And on the bright side, McGruff would be too busy investigating other people to see that I'm cheating on him.
And also, D.A.R.E was a massive failure of a program, as opposed to apparently McGruff did a little bit of good, so...
New PSA of the fucking podcast. Just say no programs don't work.
Yeah, they don't.
Like, literally, by telling me that weed is worse than every other drug, like, kids are gonna do weed. Kids are gonna smoke weed.
Yeah.
Especially in this day and age when it is, like, legally available to people. Kids are gonna drink.
Yeah, they're gonna do it.
And they're gonna be like, well, this isn't as bad. And, like, if they lied about weed, how bad can heroin be?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's... I don't know, the whole gateway drug thing is a...
Like, be honest about why these drugs are bad. Don't lie about something like weed that is, like, it's easy to be like, well, the weed literally doesn't fucking hurt people.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, there can be negative effects to weed, but, you know, it's not universal, like, fucking doing crack. Like, of course, that's gonna...
Yeah, and, like,
fucking...
weed, it is impossible to OD on marijuana.
Yeah. Obviously, it's like the worst thing is, you know, for some people it might give you panic attacks, or, you know, it may interfere with, like, your goals. Like, you know, some people it makes them lazy, but it's like, if you're a fucking adult, like, you have the right to ruin your own life. You also can absolutely get addicted to weed. I don't fucking want to hear anybody say it. Yeah, you can.
It's not a physical addiction, but, like, it is a mental addiction.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I can go ahead and tell you, I mean, everybody's done this since the fucking 80s, but like, no amount of weed has ever made me be like, I want to do crack today. This weed just isn't doing it for me. I'm just gonna go,
because, like, we know, because we did the research and we know what the actual effects of these drugs are. But, like, at 13,
you would have done crack if somebody gave it to you.
If I didn't know any better, if, like, all I knew about drugs was that weed and crack are the same level of shitty.
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying, yeah. I mean, that's because that's how they treated it.
It's dangerous fucking rhetoric.
Yeah, that's how they treated it.
And that is why McGruff is a cop.
Yeah, I mean, it's been proven that D.A.R.E made more kids do drugs than made more kids want to do drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to 4-H, which just made me want to be a farmer.
Yeah, and then opposed to, like, you know, they could have been saying the real reasons people do hard drugs, like trauma, fucking shitty home lives, shitty careers, like, all, like, fucking depression. Like, they're like, no.
Nobody just tries, like, heroin because they think it'll be fun.
Yeah, no one's, like, happy and is like, oh, I want to smoke weed and get high, and then they're like, oh, I want to do fucking crack. It's like, no, they're like, you have some sort of underlying, like, trauma or something wrong if you are actively choosing to do a fucking hard drug. It's like they needed to preach that. But I mean, that was in the 80s, so it's done. Too
late now.
Yeah, too late now. But
what is the aggregate score for this album?
Shit, I forgot we hadn't even touched that yet.
This has been a very preachy episode of One Last Breath.
You weren't lying. We got an hour out of it. I was thinking we'd only get about 45 minutes.
I was worried we'd get 30.
Yeah.
I don't know how we talked about this album for as long as we have, but you guys are welcome.
I mean, I don't know. That's what I was saying at the beginning. Like, there was a lot to take in, but not a lot at the same time.
Yeah,
like,
it's a very short album. It took us 5 minutes to get through the preamble.
Yeah, it just brings up a lot of
We've literally talked about just the track, like the track by track pretty much lasted us 50 minutes.
Yeah. On Rate Your Music, it holds a 3.05.
Out of 5?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 6.10.
From 101 ratings. You want to hear the genres? Children's music, educational music, synth pop, new wave, yacht rock, album-oriented rock, and smooth jazz.
Okay, fair. Yeah, fair. So we're looking at a 6.10, which I think is very fucking low.
Yeah, but I mean, shit, that's... If your fucking novelty album...
If your novelty album is a 6.10,
that's
pretty fucking good.
That's pretty fucking good.
Like, Hulk Rolls was not like a 4?
Yeah, something like
aggregate.
That. Yeah. I mean, shit. It being that... Smart Kids being that score is probably a better score than half of the albums we fucking covered on this podcast.
Yeah.
From real fucking artists.
I'm gonna give it an 8.7.
trying to do. Let's see, only 2 songs that I actively do not like out of 11. Yeah, I'll give it a 9.
Give it a
I'll
9.
give it a fucking 9.
Hot damn. We
I mean-
here. We got an 8.7 and a 9. Does this album deserve one last breath?
Yes.
Fucking
Like, it's so good, and it only takes 28 minutes of your time.
28 minutes of your life. What else are you gonna do for 28 minutes?
Yeah, like I think that's also plays into the high score that I gave it. At least for me, is like the length. It's like it came in, did what it needed to do, and fucking left. It's like
Yeah, it didn't overstay its welcome. It could have been shorter. There were a couple songs that they didn't have to have. But
yeah, but I mean, you can't really have a fucking 24-minute
we
album.
couldn't have covered a 16-minute album.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't know. We did literally talk about the track by track for almost twice as long as the album runs.
yeah, we could have done it, but yeah, I mean, fucking listen to it. Like, if you're in the mood for a laugh, like there's some laughs on here just because of the absurdity of hearing a fucking anthropomorphic dog singing about drugs. There's some really good instrumentals, some catchy ass choruses. Like, it kind of has all you could ask for in a children's novelty album. So
It is the so far. Is this better? New first for the podcast. We are now ranking. We're trying to find the best novelty album.
okay, that's our new goal.
Is it better than Chuck E. Cheese?
Yes.
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 Mm.
I think Chuck E. Cheese's high points are better, but overall, Chuck E. Cheese
Okay.
had more filler than this
Yeah,
did.
you're right. As much as I do like a giant armadillo named Phil.
Yeah, there was some bangers on Chuck E. Cheese, but
Yeah, I do
or
think
songs in the key of E.
sorry, songs in the key of E. I do think that McGruff the Crime Dog, Smart Kids Say No, is currently #1 novelty album.
hmm
And I do think we have another. It's not really a novelty album, but I consider it in the same vein. We have another one coming up.
hmm
But we will see you next week with something a little more rap oriented,
Something a lot more limp.
a little more biscuit. See
See
you
ya.
guys.